Day 8 is done. It's early morning on day 9 now, and I figured it was time to make another video because I have changed the build a lot since the last one. I was getting frustrated because I was plateauing for some time. I was able to clear tier 17s, but I wasn't comfortable in there. I kept dying from various things, and it didn't really feel smooth. So I went back to the drawing board and checked if I could see if I could adjust some things and become more sturdy. And what I ended up with is I went back to purity of elements and using flesh and stone, not for the extra damage, but to utilize it in sandstands to take 20% less damage from enemies and aura. And that pretty much worked. I've done some other things as well. We'll take a quick look in here in the passive tree. You'll notice if you've seen some of the other videos that a lot of the small clusters, they're gone. I've gotten rid of 3 of them, and then I've eaten a portion of the tree over here and reinvested up here. But let's take a look at the character here first. If we check here, you can see there's a pretty big number on shield crush down in the tooltip. Shield charge is a little smaller than it has been before because I've eaten a link out of it. Shield crush, if I go into blood stance, it's a lot more damage, but I don't do that. I'm in sand stance 99% of the time, if not more. But the changes to the build is I've gone and bought a Varnastra with it's a corrupted version for some more increased area of effect, and then I have bought a pair of forbidden jewels, stealing a notable from Gladiator. But let's go here and take a little look what it is. It says Weapon Master. It is more accuracy, more area effect, more critical strike chance, more leech, and more damage against enemies on low life. I get all of these notes because Varnastra has the unique affix saying that it counts as all one-handed melee weapon types. So if we look out here, you can see the sand stance area. If I remove this, it gets a lot smaller. And that is not just the 20% increased area effect on the implicit. If you see Shield Crush, it is very large. If I remove it, not so much. So there's a lot going on there. I'll get more into detail when we get into the PoB. But for starters, this is an expensive development of the build. The Varnastra doesn't cost too much, but the Forbidden Jewels does. Other than that, I'm back using Admiral's Arrogance. I needed to use these. I was trying to avoid it, but I needed the passive points back. So I sold my first pair and then I rebought these. And then I've gotten a cheating ring out of the Reflecting Mists. I didn't drop this myself, I bought it off trade. But as I don't deal any fire damage, lightning damage, and I don't really benefit from energy shield, it just gives me a lot of life. And some resist. So you can see I'm at 4,500 if I remove it. So it's more than 500 life from this one. But the build has become very, very sturdy, as you might have told from the initial little video of the Katarina fight. And it's a lot of things coming together for this purpose. So let's go and have a look at the path of building. I have the Forbidden Jewels you can see over here, and then I've eaten the part of the tree over here. I couldn't afford all the passive points here, so Admiral's Arrogance is my way to gain maximum rage at a pretty decent frequency. So I just have 1 rage on melee hit from the Lethal Pride, and that is enough to keep me at maximum rage most of the time. Then, because I no longer have Elegant Form with the small cluster jewels, I still have a suppression over here because I needed a little bit more. I've taken the wheel up here, and then I've also pathed in here, getting some life, evasion, and some movement speed along the way. Here's some accuracy, which helps getting me capped, and then there's some stun avoidance here. Additionally, in the Katarina fight, you saw that between phases I had to use a life flask, so the extra life regen if you used a life flask in the past 10 seconds is actually relevant here. Then still 8 tattoos, getting 80% stun avoidance, and then the remaining percent up here. These 3 are for getting a little bit extra chance to bleed. I have 20% over here, so this is 35. So when I hit things 3 times, this should start bleeding. The big change you might notice is that my damage has gone down a little bit, but the EHP has gone up by a very large margin. I am in Sand Stance right now. This is part of the reason. If I go Blood Stance, the damage goes up, but I'm in Sand Stance all the time, really. I don't have anything down here. I haven't killed recently. If we check, the damage will go up here. I can plant the banner. That's a lot more damage, you know that. I don't have the flasks on. Actually, yeah, I didn't really realize that I had almost 100% crit chance without the diamond flask, so I should probably get a better one. Anyway, my chaos resistance is a little on the low side. I would like some more there. I am heavily overcapped on the elemental resist, but in a lot of the maps that I'm running, sometimes my auras get turned more or less off with 90% reduction or so, meaning I can't rely on the resist from that, so that's why I'm overcapped. I can probably get a bit more value from this one. It's just putting a jewel in the Hoardy crafting station and clicking chaos until something better comes out of it. But this will suffice for now. But yeah, this is not the end of the build. I still want to check a few more boxes, and I'm having fun playing it. I want to see how far I can take it. But right now, it's gotten to the place where I wanted it to be when I designed the build before going into Settlers of Kalguur. So I hope this video has been good and given some insight as to how I progressed the video, the build. If you're curious about how I've developed the build during the first week of the league, you can check the playlist. There's a lot of info there, and feel free to drop a comment. Then I'll try and get back to it. I will check YouTube fairly often. Yeah, thanks for watching. I will end the video with the full Katarina fight from the tier 17. Along with a little bit of extra just footage from the map, so you can get a feel of how the build performs. You'll also notice that I'm using shield charge quite a lot, not just to move around, but also to avoid dangerous things. But thanks again for watching, and have a good one.
Death will never come for an immortal. Mortal. Feel death's breath. Arise, my children. Feed. Give your soul to me. Your soul burns for me. children. Darkness walks mortal.
I believe in treading light.